It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woo-hooer, a hand clapper, a high-fiver? If you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. Choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses. So don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you ready? What? I said, are you ready? Yeah! Can't steal it! Woo! Wheel and deal it! The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better. I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning. But brother, I am bad and they know I'm bad.
I'm the man of the hour, the man with the power. You speak to me, star.
It's showtime, folks!
Welcome to the Grill Out. From the heart of Shillian, West Virginia, here's your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grill Out episode 72. I'm your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, and I'm joined by Josh Cole. Bye-bye.
I was not late today. I did not get caught up in a math equation, Jason.
And our reigning and defending Grill Out predictions champion, Jason Lykens.
Listen, I'm going to tell you exactly what I told Jeff as soon as I came in. A champ is neither late nor on time. A champ arrives precisely when they intend to. Bilbo Baggins.
So,
Hold on. I just want to share something with you two that I discovered last night.
Okay.
And I sent it to one of my friends, and he didn't understand what I found funny about this.
Okay.
So I enjoy watching Peacock. Okay.
Yeah.
And so on there, I saw last night my continue watching. Okay. And I just want to run through these items for you all really quick.
Okay.
And tell me if anything stands out. And this is all 100% what I have been watching.
Oh, my.
Okay. ECW Wrestling Massacre on Queens Boulevard.
Okay.
ECW CyberSlam 1997. Murder, She Wrote. ECW Hardcore Wrestling WrestlePalooza. Do you all know what Murder, She Wrote is?
No.
It was a show from like the 90s starring Angela Lansbury, the woman who did the voice of the teapot in Beauty and the Beast, where she is an author, J.B. Fletcher, and she goes around solving murders.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
and speaking of like Peacock, they have like all of the Saturday Night Lives on there, like all of them.
yeah.
And Ivy currently is watching every single one from beginning to now.
Good Lord.
Yeah, she's in like season 3 right now. She just got to the special episode where they had a special like host, and it's a little old lady.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of.
Well, let me ask you this really quick. While we're talking about Saturday Night Live, okay? Out of all the people in the world, why did they have Jimmy Fallon do the Blues Brothers? I hate Jimmy Fallon, but I love the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
So I couldn't watch it because I loathe Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon laughed in every bit he was ever in. You're not Carol Burnett. Get off my TV, Jimmy Fallon.
And speaking of math,
The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you as sacrifice. See, but I'm going to break it down for all you ladies. Would you
all right,
Sound weird?
that was Steiner math.
The audio sounded weird.
Oh, okay. It sounded weird for Josh. Sorry. Yeah, that was Steiner math. We were talking about math, so I just had to tie it into wrestling somehow. So
Jimmy Fallon has a 1/3 and 3% chance
of being
making
funny.
Of being funny. And that's why it come to you, Samoa Joe. Twisted Metal Season 2's coming out at some point.
Yeah, it is.
That's right.
It is. Also, speaking of wrestling, because this is a wrestling show.
Is it?
Yes. Jey Uso made his choice as to who he will face at WrestleMania, and that is, surprise, surprise, Gunther. He will be facing... Yes, he will be challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 41. This leaves the Undisputed Titles challenger to be determined.
Stop calling it undisputed.
Leave me alone.
I'm not saying that to you. Just WWE in general.
Yeah, to be determined with the Elimination Chamber. So, don't know exactly who is in the full. Everybody in the Elimination Chamber yet. We do know about John Cena.
There's John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre,
Logan Paul.
and Damian Priest just qualified.
Okay,
So we have one more. Yep. Yeah, last match will be between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor.
Okay.
Just the way, and we have one more. One more.
Yeah.
One more.
Hey, you know what? You know what we have? Here's what we have. We don't have 2. We don't have 3. We have less than that. We have one more. Yeah. Yeah.
Life finds a way.
Finds a way.
As did Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of life finding a way, if Charlotte Flair's breathing, she's probably going to be in a title match. But who's it going to be? Because Charlotte finds a way. Yeah.
Speaking of Charlotte, I'm just she made her choice a couple of nights ago on WWE SmackDown.
Tiffy, wake up, Tiffy. Blink if you can hear me, Tiffy. Wake up, Tiffy. It's still Tiffy time. Sit up if you can, Tiffy. The queen chooses you.
And there you have it, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Charlotte Flair is challenging Tiffany
I
Stratton
don't
for the Women's Championship.
Care. I'm so tired of Charlotte Flair being.
She just got back, too.
I know. And here's the thing. If she hadn't won the Royal Rumble, I wouldn't be as tired of her. But because she has the persona of her dad with the politics of Hogan, I can't stand her.
Fair.
Her and Andrade got divorced.
Okay.
No, I mean, no. Save that one for entertainment tonight.
Yeah.
No, but Charlotte did make her choice last night. She is going to challenge at Tiffany Stratton. We also, and Josh and I did talk about this briefly off the air. I think that there were a good portion of people that thought she was going to challenge Rhea Ripley. I think we even talked about this a little bit on the show, thinking that she was going to challenge Rhea Ripley to reignite that feud she
Have a
has
trilogy
with her.
with her.
Yes, exactly. It made sense, but maybe it made too much sense.
Maybe the problem is that Charlotte didn't want to lose.
That ain't gonna work for me, brother.
That's not going to work for me, sister.
Yeah.
Much love, HH.
Much love, CF.
Woo! Wait a minute. Ashley Flair.
Yeah, Ashley.
Yeah. Ashley. Much love, Ashley. But yeah, so right now, both Royal Rumble winners have made their choice as to who they will face at WrestleMania. Jey Uso choosing Gunther, Charlotte choosing Tiffany Stratton.
They chose their own brand's champions. They didn't do a cross brand.
Yeah, that is true. It's kind of weird that they did that. But hey, whatever. So
That's almost like it's scripted.
Yeah. You know,
Who would have thought?
I know. Who would have thought that professional wrestling is predetermined?
I mean, if Jey Uso picked Cody Rhodes, then how's John Cena supposed to pick him?
Yeah.
That's true. And so do we think that John Cena's going to win the Elimination Chamber and he's taking on Cody Rhodes? Yeah. Now, does John Cena go in as the heel?
He should.
Okay.
Just do it.
Just pull the trigger on it now.
Just do it.
We like it's been teased for years. People have been wanting it. Is it now? This is another question I have. Is it
the time is now.
I was going to ask, is it too late now though?
No. He started his career as a heel, basically. Yeah. Dr. Thugonomics. I mean, granted, he was just a squeaky clean babyface at first, but wearing the trunks.
That's true.
But I mean, his big push came as a heel.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very true. When he won the United States title from Big Show, WrestleMania 20, I believe.
Yeah.
And then after that wins, from JBL at WrestleMania 21. And then he wasn't Super Cena yet, but a few years after that, he just pretty much became Super Cena.
Yeah.
And was just this generation's Hulk Hogan. And, questionable decisions here and there.
See, I don't know if Cena goes in as a full heel.
Maybe a tweener?
I don't even think that. He just goes in wanting to win.
Ah, that's, I'm glad you brought that up because Adam Bombier, years ago on What Culture, did a fantasy booking of sorts, along those lines, except it involved The Undertaker's streak. Whereas John Cena wanted to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania so bad that he was going to do anything it took to beat The Undertaker. Yeah. And if that meant doing something, turning heel, he was going to. He was going to do anything he could to win to do that. So maybe take Control-C, Control-V that to the championship that Cody Rhodes has, the Undisputed title.
I mean, according to John Cena, he says it's best for business for him to be main eventing WrestleMania.
So that's it. To be honest, I am more interested in that than I am the Jey Uso Gunther stuff.
Again, I go back to the fact that I don't care for Jey Uso's singles work. I don't.
Yeah.
No.
Especially that match, him and Jimmy Uso. It was terrible.
When it's it's different. Yeah, it's okay. Somebody's computer. When it's I understand that because when it's your tag team partner, your brother, who you're supposed to have this chemistry with, and you pull off a dud like that. Now, is there a possibility they could have just had an off night that night?
Yeah, but does every other move you have to have in a match be a super kick?
True.
Every other move.
Or a spear.
And again, I go back to some people shouldn't do a spear. Some people, it looks like crap. Jey Uso's looks like crap.
Braun Breakers, though.
No, Braun Breaker, keep doing it.
Yeah.
No notes, perfect. Chef's kiss, 10 out of 10. Whatever.
Cinema.
Exactly. No notes. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Jay, stop.
Okay. Well,
that's all I've got to say about that, baby. That's it.
He might be a main event Jey Uso, but I don't see him being either night's main event.
No.
Just because you call yourself the main event doesn't mean you are the main event.
Yeah, like now where would you place him though on the card? Like I would put him on night one. I'm glad Jason's so uplifting about this.
No, that's not where I'd put him.
I'd put him night one. I definitely would. Maybe the start actually.
Yeah, I'd start him on night one because the crowd loves him.
Yeah.
He's got the crowd. He just doesn't have. I don't know. The only thing I could say is it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it. Like,
that's it.
That's true. That's true.
He has a gimmick that wasn't. It belonged to someone else.
True. Yes, somebody that did belong to somebody else, and we won't go any further than that. But speaking of world title matches, last weekend, New Japan's New Beginning in Osaka was happening. After winning the New Japan Rando, it's a battle royal at Wrestle Kingdom 19 to determine the number one contender last month on January 4th, Hirooki Goto challenged Zack Sabre Jr. last weekend at the New Beginning in Osaka. After nearly 22 years in New Japan, Hirooki Goto won the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship from Zack Sabre Jr., first challenging for it at the G1 Climax in 2008 to now. Goto has challenged for the big belt 9 different times, but this was his first challenge in 9 years since his last challenge. And Goto is finally the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. I was wondering when they were going.
That would be his first time, wouldn't it?
Yeah. He's finally an IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, I was just saying because technically the last time he challenged, it wasn't the World Heavyweight Championship.
That's true. It was simply just the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, but. See, that was title. Yeah, that was their top title, and it was weird because it was never considered a world title, even though it kind of was treated as such. Then New Japan combines the IWGP Heavyweight title with the Intercontinental title, put them together, you have the world title. So, Hirooki Goto is finally an IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. And like I said, I was wondering how much longer they were going to have Zack Sabre Jr. as the champion. I did not see him losing the belt to Shota Umino at Wrestle Kingdom last month, but, And, Also, Michelle McCool, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame announcement. On ESPN's Get Up this past week, they were joined by WWE Hall of Famer The Undertaker and his wife, Michelle McCool. When Triple H showed up via video call to announce that Michelle McCool will be a part of the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2025. So far, we have Triple H and Michelle McCool who are going to go into the Hall of Fame.
Where do you think Triple H was when he made that call? You think it was in D.C.?
Probably. Quite possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No further comment.
Maybe.
But
what do you think about Michelle McCool going into the Hall of Fame? Hey, really quick, I want us to play a game. Tell me your favorite Michelle McCool match. Jeff? Josh?
I didn't watch a whole lot at the time.
Uh-huh.
I was going to say.
I'll tell you mine. Probably the Rumble from 2 years ago.
Yeah!
Because I know she was in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because going into this year's Rumble, we even said it on the show. Oh, yeah, Michelle McCool's going to show up because she's been in every single one.
Yeah.
You watch the actual Rumble, there's the stat of, well, there's only been 2 people who have actually competed in every single one, and Michelle McCool is not one of them.
Yeah.
At one point, it did seem like she was going to be in every single one.
I believe it was on the, where she was told that she was going to the Hall of Fame. Why is she so shiny?
I don't know.
Like very, very shiny.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was the lighting that they had.
Maybe. I mean, Lay Cool was fun.
Yeah. And it was, correct me if I'm wrong, because like Josh, that was during a time when I was not watching a whole lot of wrestling. I wasn't watching any of it, actually. Yeah. That was right before, like, the quote-unquote women's revolution.
Yes.
Okay. So that was pretty much the bridge between, again, correct me if I'm wrong, Trish Stratus, Lita, Jazz Company, and the women's revolution. They were the bridge in between the two. Yeah. So
for me personally, there are definitely women I would put in from that generation before Michelle McCool.
AJ Lee.
Victoria.
Victoria is so underrated.
Yeah.
And I know that we've said this before on the show. She is incredibly underrated.
Yes.
And I don't know why she has not been inducted into the Hall of Fame yet.
I think even Natalya has done more for women's wrestling than Michelle McCool.
Yeah. Michelle McCool.
And granted, Natalya is a charisma vacuum.
She is. Wonderful worker.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Apparently she does pretty awesome with her the Heart Dojo. What is it called?
The Dungeon?
The Dungeon, yes.
Yeah, I have no doubt because she's an amazing worker. She just can't talk.
and you know what? Outside of maybe Owen? I was going to say that's kind of the MO for the Hart family.
Pretty much.
I hate to say that.
It's true, though. I mean, Brett wasn't a great talker.
But he was the excellence of execution.
Ask him. He'd tell you.
Yeah.
Bill Goldberg.
Oh. Okay, real quick. Would you rather take 5 spears from Braun Breaker or from Bill Goldberg?
Goldberg.
Okay. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
I feel like Braun Breaker's hurts.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Goldberg's. I think Goldberg's is going to be definitely painful because he's a former NFL player.
Goldberg doesn't get that run up to you.
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Understanding though, Goldberg didn't really try to protect you. He just went at you, like if he was legit spearing you.
Yeah, like
what? Goldberg didn't try to protect somebody.
Yeah,
I don't. That is slander to one William Goldberg's name, good sir.
Bill Goldberg.
No, so Michelle McCool, what do you think, Jeff? Josh, what do you think?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's okay. I'm curious as to who else is going to go in now.
Honestly, I'd put Vicky Guerrero in before Michelle McCool.
I mean, I don't know.
Sort of.
I would, though. Tell me one catchphrase that has, just annoyed a crowd more than "excuse me."
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. As soon as she starts that, the crowd starts to get very hostile.
If what happened to her in real life, a couple years ago didn't happen, I would say but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure on that one. So this isn't even a bit.
Yeah.
So at a break, you all tell me, and then if we come back and I'm like, hey, you know what I said about Vicky? Strike that.
There's definitely people I would put in over Michelle. Victoria definitely is one of them. It's criminal that Victoria's not in there. But she's sort of, this is the best way to put it in my head, and it's just reverting back to NASCAR. She's like the Mark Martin of her generation. As she was
the Viagra car?
No. But she was great while she was around the greatest.
Okay.
Victoria is up there, but I wouldn't put her up there with Trish Stratus. I would put Trish Stratus up above her. But Victoria, criminally underrated, though.
Yeah.
Like, criminally. So, just to wrap up this segment before we get to On This Day in Wrestling History, AEW Grand Slam was last night. It was a special, pretty much, in place of Collision. Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay defeated the Don Callis families, Konosuke Takeshita and Cal Fletcher. Mercedes Moné defeated Harley Cameron to retain the TBS Championship.
What? Mercedes Moné won?
Harley Cameron, I'm saying it right now, she's going to be the breakout star in 2025. Just saying it. I'm already throwing
No, she is not.
Yeah, yes,
it's
she is.
AEW.
Yes. No, she is.
AEW going AEW.
Well, I believe that she is.
Okay.
The Death Riders beat Jay White and Cope in the Brisbane Brawl.
Who? Jay White and who?
Adam Copeland.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't understand the terrible name.
The man who may or may not care about the title.
Yeah, may or may not. A little questionable. Kazuchika Okada beat Buddy Matthews to retain the AEW Continental Championship. And timeless Tony Storm beat Mariah May to win the AEW Women's World Title. And Josh informed me.
Fourth time.
Yes.
Was it too soon?
No.
Should it have been at an actual pay-per-view?
This should have been a pay-per-view.
This was originally supposed to be a pay-per-view anyway.
According to Tony Khan, no. It was weird. They announced it. They never said what it was going to be.
True.
And then, like, a week or two ago, Tony's like, yeah, it was always planned to be a TV special. Like, why didn't you announce it that way?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Grand Slam has always been a TV special, but still, the way it was originally promoted, it sounded like it was going to be a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Okay. Also, like, I just, that first Grand Slam at Arthur Ashe Stadium was magic.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyway, you could make the argument, but at the same time, I don't think it was. I think maybe it was time
definitely the right place.
Yeah. You had this special show. You had to do something to make some headlines coming out of it. Timeless Tony Storm winning her fourth AEW Women's World Title is, I think, the best way to go for that. Unless you were, because I don't see Buddy Matthews beating Kazuchika Okada. I just don't. Okada's going to win that one. And then, like, as much as I do, and I will die on this hill that Harley Cameron will be the breakout star of 2025 in the women's division, I did not see her beating Mercedes Moné. Maybe later this year, depending on how they build her. But right now, no. That was a no-no. That was not going to happen.
For me, I think the most that you're going to get on that is a visual pinfall.
Yeah.
But not a win.
Exactly. All right, we're going to shift gears to On This Day in Wrestling History. February 16th, 1985, Bruno Sammartino came out of retirement to wrestle his first match in 3 years. He teamed with his son David to face Paul Orndorff and Bobby Heenan in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I'll tell you what, that is an equal match. You have the current wrestler in that, David Sammartino and Paul Orndorff teaming. Those two going against. Okay, you have Paul Orndorff with Bobby Heenan. And David Sammartino with the equal to Bobby Heenan, Bruno Sammartino. Yes. Yes, and keep in mind, Bruno and David are the baby faces in this. It's against the wrestling classic of Bobby Heenan.
And Paul Orndorff.
Yes.
That's like the equivalent of today of having Roman Reigns take on Paul Heyman.
Yes.
That's the exact equivalent. All right, February 16th, 1998, on WWF Monday Night Raw from Dallas, Texas, it was announced that Rocky Maivia would once again defend his Intercontinental Championship against Ken Shamrock.
The world's most dangerous man.
At WrestleMania 14, it was this edition of Raw which further teased a power struggle in the Nation of Domination when The Rock presented the leader Farouk with a life-size picture of the Intercontinental title holder.
So himself?
Yes.
Yeah, of himself. Yep.
So is he Rocky Maivia or The Rock in that situation?
He was kind of in between at this point.
Yeah, he was still Rocky Maivia, but slowly starting to call himself The Rock.
And then I think the Raw after, correct me if I'm wrong, Jason, the Raw after this Mania, he pretty much went fully as The Rock.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Which also, I don't know if you all ever saw the dinner for three with three members of the Nation. It was Mark Henry, Ron Simmons, and maybe D'Lo.
Mm-hmm.
But The Rock had sent them all presents, and The Rock sent whoever the other two that weren't Ron Simmons Rolexes, but sent Ron Simmons a picture of himself. Again, tying back to this.
That's funny. That's funny. And just to finish up this segment, February 16th, 2010, WWE presented the last ever episode of ECW on Sci-Fi from the Sprint Center in Kansas City, Missouri. In the main event, Ezekiel Jackson defeated Christian in an Extreme Rules match to become the last ever ECW champion, as the title was immediately retired along with the ECW brand. And we're going to stop right there, ladies and gentlemen.
I was going to say, they should have not retired it there and had a unification match with the WWE title.
Yeah.
That way, WWE title could have absorbed, WCW and ECW title.
Oh, do you think Vince McMahon cared?
He might have. He actually wore the title.
Yeah, but the zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that very first episode, I remember a kid watching it. I was so excited. Then the zombie came out. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to take a break real quick.
I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, exactly. When we come back, we're going to talk some WWE 2K25 along with wrestling video games. Stay tuned.
It's time for more of the Grill Out. Here's Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grill Out. I'm your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, and I'm joined here by Josh Cole. Baby.
I like the video games.
He does like the video games. And then our reigning and defending Grill Out Predictions champion.
Which you could make me in any video game wrestling based and have me as your longest reigning defending champion. I approve that message.
If somebody, I would laugh if somebody made us in 2K25.
And a Grill Out championship belt.
Yes, that would be very
The
funny.
10 ounces of plastic.
Yeah, make the 10 ounces of plastic in 2K25. It's
Do it, you cowards.
do it and then send us a picture of it, and we will post it.
And then upload it onto the creator suite and see how many people don't download it.
Yeah, let us know how low those numbers actually are. So speaking of WWE 2K25, it will be coming out on March 14th.
Yes, that's soon.
Yes,
that's
very
in
soon.
like a few days.
Well, that's in a few weeks.
Well, it depends on when you're listening to this.
That's true.
Wow.
That's true.
If you're listening to this on the 12th of March, then it's a few days.
And you probably should have listened to our episodes after this,
Yes.
between
Yeah.
February 16th and March 12th.
Yes.
But it's going to come out with 3 different packages.
Of course it is. It always does.
I bet all of them will be
money-
equally priced.
Oh no.
No?
No. The cheapest one, and this is for Steam and PC players, will be $59.99.
Why is it more expensive on the consoles?
You
The Steam PC version is going to be better.
Yeah, but
Technically.
it will not have the island that they are going to have.
That's weird.
So it's something, I guess, that NBA 2K started doing, where they had something where players can interact with each other. It's like a hub.
If
Pretty
I
much.
wanted to interact with people, I would go outside.
Go touch grass.
I'm allergic.
No,
I'm not allergic.
I know people who are legitimately allergic to cut grass.
I know people who smell like they're allergic to water.
Yes. And deodorant. $69.99 is the price for Xbox and PlayStation.
That's just the standard price of games now, sadly.
Yeah. I remember back in my day when they were $49.99.
Actually, I do remember 64 games being like 60-some bucks.
Really?
I remember
Yeah.
back when it was a nickel and a handshake.
That was all you had to have.
That's all you had to have.
No.
With a dick and
I just keep shutting his mic off.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, Jeffy's gone. Jeffy won't be back.
Jeffy haunts me. But there is a new feature with this that is called the Island, which is an open world where you can interact with other players when going from one part of the game to the next.
Like interact how? Like
I guess like chat. Or like,
Yeah.
Hey, you wanna play a match or something? I don't know.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like it's gonna be like a hub in the middle of the world.
You wanna go attend this event? I guess.
Yeah, and I have seen screenshots of the quote unquote island, and it looks really cool. Like there's a giant like Roman Reigns statue and everything.
Never live it.
$99.99 for the Dead Man Edition. It's an automatic season pass, 7 days of early access.
why am I going to buy a game if it's going to kill me?
Yeah.
Well, you can get the Wyatt 6 bonus pack, the Dead Man bonus pack, and you can unlock the entire roster with a supercharger plus a few other things. That's for the Dead Man Edition. The Bloodline Edition, which is
We heard you like spending more money.
Yeah, $129.99.
no.
Is the Bloodline Edition. Same as the Dead Man Edition, except the Bloodline Edition pack, you get a ringside pass. It's an enhanced version of the season pass and the WrestleMania 41 pack, which will not be available right away, but will be available later this summer. You also, I think, get a couple other things with it. Yeah, that's the prices for it so far.
Why?
I don't know. Yeah. I'll say this, I'm not getting
because that way, like in a month's time, we broke the records for the most video games sold this year.
Yeah.
The highest grossing.
Yeah. Yeah, because there definitely will be people who buy the Bloodline Edition and people who will buy the Dead Man Edition and etc. I will most likely...
I just wait until about January of next year and I get it for free from PlayStation Plus.
Fair.
Because I got 2K24 and 2K23 that way.
Fair. Okay. I will say, I haven't bought a WWE game in quite a while. I've kind of done what you've done, except with like Xbox Game Pass. What is it?
I have them, but I haven't played them.
Well, I mean... But I have thought about actually going and buying this.
Which one?
2K25.
No, which edition?
Oh, just standard. No, listen, I don't make the money to get the Dead Man or the Bloodline Edition. Trust me. I absolutely do.
Well, you know, as the champ, I could...
with that stipend that we give you.
When would you say it would be on PlayStation?
Like January of next year, probably.
Being the
January,
champ,
February.
The station would probably get it for me in January.
On the
PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you had Xbox. You do have Xbox.
I do.
Yes.
And a PlayStation.
Oh yeah. Well, I have
not
both.
a PS5. It's a PS1.
Yeah. Oh well. I have a PS4 and a Xbox. My brother has a PS2. I'm actually going to buy off of him, but I digress. Speaking of wrestling video games, though, they are, and I think both of you can agree with me on this. They
are video games.
They are video games.
They are games that you play via the video medium.
Yes, but like okay,
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe. The video game
violence.
The video games themselves are sort of. They are synonymous with professional wrestling now as much as action figures are.
Yeah.
I mean, and they have been for quite a while.
Yeah, I think a lot of video games are just kind of, the newer digital versions of action figures, because you get in, you play with these characters, you can create your own, in your mind, can create your own stories.
Yeah, you can actually do what you want to do, but on there. Not just
thanks, Josh.
Just not pretending smashing your little figures is good. You can actually do it on the game.
Yeah, and you know what? Since it did take me a minute to get that out, I'll just do this to myself.
Stupid idiot!
So
that's fair. You deserve it.
Yeah, I do.
There's one on there with Vince McMahon.
We're not going to go there.
He was at the Super Bowl and he looked like Vince McMahon.
He did. He did not have the mustache. But I will say, what was up with that hat that the Undertaker was wearing?
I don't know. You know what McMahon does not look like a McMahon anymore? Linda McMahon.
Nope. Yeah. No, she does not. I saw those pictures.
Not good.
Trips really wanted to spit that water.
He did. So if you don't know what we're referring to, there was the confirmation hearings, I guess, for the Secretary of Education or whatever that Linda McMahon is a part of. We're not going to get into politics, but Triple H, who's sitting right behind her, takes a sip of his water, and you can almost see his body language want to spit it out. Like, so many years. I wonder if that happens when he's, like, in his office by himself. He takes a drink of his water. He's like, it's like spits a little bit, like, oh, no.
They come in, they're like, Paul, do you have a leak somewhere? He's like, no, I was thirsty.
Then he pedigrees him.
Yeah. So, anyways, wrestling video games.
Wrestling video games. So we haven't done a Mount Rushmore in quite some time. So I'm throwing out, we should do a Mount Rushmore right now of wrestling video games.
Yeah.
So my first one that I'll just go ahead and go first.
Please.
Yeah, it's my show.
It sure is.
Mine is SmackDown Here Comes the Pain.
Yeah. Is that the third one? That's the one with Brock Lesnar, right?
Yes, that is the PlayStation 2 one.
That would be number 5.
Five?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's-
SmackDown 1, 2, then 3 had The Rock on the cover.
Is that
4 was Shut Your Mouth, and then 5 Here Comes Pain.
Okay, so was 3 Know Your Role?
I think so.
Okay.
Or wait, no, Just Bring It. Wait.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I'm Googling.
It's the one with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. No, it is, and it was the first wrestling video game I played as a child.
Okay.
And I just have a lot of fond memories with it. Like it's definitely replayable.
Okay.
I've played it as an adult, and it does have some replayability, and I think it is definitely one of the.
Is that why you're wanting to buy the PS2?
Well, there's plenty of other reasons why I want to buy.
I'll tell you what, you get a
PS2.
PS5 and you get PlayStation Plus Premium. You can just stream it.
But I don't want to do
that's
that.
True. That's true.
But yeah, so SmackDown Here Comes the Pain is going to be my very first one.
Okay.
So
Josh, what about you, buddy?
I'll stick WWE for a minute.
cares.
I'll go with the original SmackDown versus Raw,
Okay.
which will be in the game right after Here Comes the Pain.
Okay.
yeah, so real quick, SmackDown 1, SmackDown 2 was Know Your Role. SmackDown 3 was Just Bring It.
Okay.
The fourth one was Shut Your Mouth, and the fifth one was Here Comes the Pain.
Oh.
And then
Okay.
versus
Yeah.
Raw, and then versus Raw to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Up
10,
to
11,
2011.
12, W13, and then 2K since then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So that is the chronological of WWE video games. So,
Okay.
what was Josh's? What did you
The original SmackDown versus
Yes. Which would have been the
That-
6th game.
that is a very good one.
Raw? Well, I am definitely about to show my age.
I'm going to go
Okay.
old here in a minute, but maybe not this old, but we'll see.
Yeah. So for me, one of the best wrestling games ever made is Tecmo World Wrestling.
Okay, yeah, I'm not that old.
No, this was an original Nintendo game. It was just a great game. It came out in 1989,
Oh my God!
Good Lord.
and my brother and I played the life out of this game.
So, who recognizable is in that game?
No one.
No.
No one.
So was it just like a bunch of random
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well, let's see. Let me just read a tiny bit of the gameplay from here. It says, Tecmo World Wrestling contains more than 20 moves per wrestler by virtue of not having a dedicated grapple button. Instead, a grapple is initiated whenever the wrestlers walk into each other, and from there, combinations of joypad and buttons can be used to perform a variety of holds and slams. Let's see if there's any... there is El Tigre, the tiger.
Okay.
Yeah, there's literally none of these are
Actual
real.
wrestlers.
Yeah, none whatsoever.
Or at least at that time, were never actual wrestlers.
Yes.
Okay. All right. My next one, I may get a little bit of flack on this one.
Probably, but let's hear it.
Yeah. WWE Legends of WrestleMania.
Was that GameCube?
It was on PlayStation 2 as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also believe it was on Xbox 360.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Because it was the one that if you had one of the other wrestling games with it, you could link them and have the Raw roster on the Legends of WrestleMania, I believe.
Yes, and I'm wrong. It was on PlayStation 3 actually,
Okay.
and it was on Xbox 360. I just remember as a child renting this from a local video game / tanning place called Galaxy Videos. It was pretty much Blockbuster. I mean, I would go there and I would honestly rent that video game probably once a week at one point. Because my mom was not going to end up going and buying the games. I was like, all right, I'm just going to aggravate these people. And it honestly introduced me to a whole host of like classic wrestlers, like Andre the Giant. Of course, I knew who Hulk Hogan was, but I had heard about like the Road Warrior Hawk and Animal, but I didn't know too much about them. And then wrestling as them, I got to know more about them. Hillbilly Jim, I think maybe Paul Orndorff was in that. I mean, it was it. I think for a younger wrestling fan at the time who didn't have, because you didn't have WWE Network then.
No,
you had to really dig for certain wrestlers if you wanted to learn about them. And to me, it was just a way for me to learn more older wrestlers. Even though it has a 7 out of 10 along like average amongst reviewers. So, Josh.
So now I'll go a little old school. Not that old school, but back to the Nintendo 64, WCW NWO Revenge.
See, that's close to my next one.
Ooh.
It's close. No, Revenge was great.
Yeah. Well, it's probably like, I think there might have been, I don't know if it's my very first video game. It's the one I really remember, though, as a kid. Just enjoying the crap out of it.
For me, it would have to be WCW versus NWO World Tour, just because of the world aspect with it. Also, my favorite character, hands down, was always playing as Ultimo Dragon on it. So,
all right, the next one is old school as well that I have. Turn your volume down.
Yeah, jeez, man, come on. We're supposed to be professionals in here.
We're live.
We're live, pal. This next one, I didn't play it until like later on in life. I didn't have a Nintendo 64 really. I had cousins and friends who had Nintendo 64s, but this one is, I think it's going to be criminal if one of us does not include it somewhere, and that's WWF No Mercy.
I mean, yeah.
That particular game has been rehashed, like reskinned with an updated roster so many times now. There's people that still play WWF No Mercy.
I don't see the appeal.
Okay, what?
I never actually really played it.
I can see the appeal as it is a cheap way of updating the roster. Also, the mechanics to it was sort of the first time where you could actually, I guess, like chain wrestle and stuff like that. I played it a little bit as like a teenager, like I said, at friend's house or at my cousin's house or whatever. And I enjoyed it. And like I said, I felt like it would be criminal if one of us did not include it somewhere on our Mount Rushmore.
No, I mean that's very fair. It's a great game.
Should have went against the curb and not included it.
No.
You know, I'm trying to appeal to the people. All right, Josh. PEMDAS.
Yeah. It was a toss-up. I know what number one is going to be.
There's a 50-50 chance.
I'm going to have to go SmackDown versus Raw 2008.
Wow.
That was the first on the PS3, if I remember correctly. And it was probably the one I most enjoyed, like last one I most enjoyed. 2009 was okay, and then I kind of got out of the games after that.
Okay.
I've only played a couple here and there. But yeah, I think I'll go 2008, because that was the first one, I think, at least PlayStation-wise, that had like online play.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, and I played a lot of online at the time.
Now that you mentioned the online aspect of it, yeah, I do remember that, because I downloaded, like, I think it was either 2008 or 2009 is one of them, where I downloaded so many different skins for wrestlers. Like, so many different gear that they had or whatever. And I think the Creative Suite is one thing that keeps people coming back to these games.
Yeah.
Because you don't. It's kind of like the WWF No Mercy argument. Like, I can keep updating this, or if this wrestler is not in this game, I can just create them and put them onto the creative suite. Or if I'm not that good at creating wrestlers, surely somebody has them somewhere out there.
I would always look up online the exact stats of how to create people like AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels from TNA and such.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He went deep.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I remember doing that with one of the, which one was it? I think it was, for the life of me, I don't remember which game it was now. It might have been like WrestleMania something for Xbox. And I remember looking up exactly how to create Adam Bomb and did that, and it looked really well. But my third pick, I guess it's going to be another out there one, but it is from 2007 in America. It is Fire Pro Wrestling Returns for the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
It is a great wrestling game. A lot of characters from all around the world, granted, under a different name, but still great. Over 327 wrestlers.
I feel like the Fire Pro Wrestling games are a little, and I hate to keep saying underrated, but they are underrated in a way.
Yeah.
Now, I did have Fire Pro Wrestling World on, I want to say PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4. It's PlayStation 4 I had it.
How was it?
The mechanics is really weird. Like, it did not really explain to me how to use the mechanics of the game.
Yeah.
It like that was my one gripe with it, because like, for people out there who are below the age of who are probably listening to this, who are teenagers or whatever, I try my best not to go online and start looking stuff up right away.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it's like old school mindset. I don't want to do that right away. I want to try to figure out the game, and then for the life of me, if I can't, then I'm going to go over online, and that's mainly with like Dark Souls and Elden Ring and them. But I just felt like if that's what I have to do to even start the game, then I don't, I don't know.
Think before, and this would be one of the very few times that I ask this, before we give our fourth one, we can do one honorable mention each, because there's so many wrestling games, and I mean, there's a lot of them that I just kind of put in the same category, like the N64 No Way Out and N64 WrestleMania 2000. I mean, for me, those two are kind of just interchangeable because it's the same gameplay, same graphics, a little bit different of a roster, but yeah.
No, we can definitely do that, because I was sort of going to do something along those lines.
Okay.
I was thinking over here. So, if we're going to go with honorable mentions, I'm going to go ahead and put
Hulk Hogan's main event.
No, not even close. I'm going to say 2K16, WWE 2K16.
Okay.
As an honorable mention. Yes, everybody's heard me on the show talk about how much I like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I loved the showcase on this one, where you were able to go through Stone Cold's, the highlights of his career and stuff. And
no Hollywood blondes.
Yeah.
No Stunning Steve.
Yeah. No Superstar Steve.
No Dragon Slayer Steve Austin.
No. That's what I mean. Like, hit the highlights, but didn't hit everything. I probably would have put it on the Mount Rushmore completely if it had all of them, but it didn't. And it's not like it's a licensing issue either. Like, they have the license to all of these. So I don't know. Maybe it was just memory in the game. They didn't want to put too much, but I felt like maybe an expansion package should have been put out for that. So my honorable mention is going to go 2K16.
Okay.
Josh?
I was up in the air between a WCW game on PlayStation 1 because I have fond memories of those. But I think I'm going to go WWE SmackDown Shut Your Mouth.
Okay.
Because I played a lot of that game. Like possibly the most out of the games.
What's the WCW one that you were
I was thinking maybe Thunder or Mayhem.
Okay.
Shut Your Mouth is a good one.
Yeah. Or maybe even Nitro.
The thing that I really liked about Nitro and Thunder is putting in the codes and then just getting all of the ungodly random characters,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
having it to where you could just start making everyone in the match dance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
for me, just because of the ludicrous customization and the absolute monsters that you could create, it would have to be WWE Raw for the original Xbox. My brother and I created some absolutely hellacious creations on there that to this day we still reminisce and laugh about, with just some of the customizations you can make with entrance and just everything else. It was complete garbage, but I love it.
Yeah, the Raw series does not have as fond of a reputation as the SmackDown series did.
No.
Yeah, I only got to play, I think, once at a friend's house because I didn't have Xbox. So
Yeah.
Really quick, I want to run this line of dialogue from WWE WrestleMania 21, maybe? It was an Xbox game. It was a WrestleMania game. Eric Bischoff is the GM.
Okay.
And you are the created character, and you're trying to main event WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And before your next match, like, you know, Eric Bischoff has been getting these legends of wrestling that you have to go and you have to beat and you have to try to get through. But Eric Bischoff says, and I loosely quote, "I have literally had to go to hell or go through hell to get your next opponent. And your next opponent is Andre the Giant."
Whoa. Whoa.
wow.
So, I just,
That
just
was
think
kind of
about it.
that was kind of whoever wrote that. It's not us, but whoever put that together on there, I kind of knew where you were going with this.
But,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
a real-
if you say literally, and then the person is dead, not like prior, not after the game was released,
Yeah.
but
And not
very
like-
much prior.
and not like Kane or somebody like
No,
that.
no.
But
But
wow.
Andre, yeah.
Wow.
Anyways,
Okay.
so Jeff, your fourth and final Mount
I
Rushmore.
should say a little trivia fact about Shut Your Mouth. That was the first WWE game.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
because
it
the other
was,
ones were
yeah.
WWF.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was when they made the changeover because Shut Your Mouth was 2002, and Here Comes the Pain was 2003. Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
And Just Bring It was the last WWF.
Yes, that's true. That is very true. That was in 2001. My last one is one that I agree with Josh on.
Did you mention your honorable?
I did. 2K16.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
helps if you listen.
SmackDown versus Raw, the original one.
Okay.
I thought, coming off of the heels of Here Comes the Pain, I thought the soundtrack to SmackDown versus Raw was on point.
Yeah.
The
Collide.
When Worlds Collide, Power Man 5000. Is that who?
Yes.
Yes. Whose frontman of that is the younger brother to Rob Zombie. Fun fact there. Yeah. So,
Okay.
but outside of Here Comes the Pain, SmackDown versus Raw, the original one, I played a lot as a kid. Like I played as Eddie Guerrero on that thing so much I wore that game completely out.
Yeah, my disc doesn't work anymore.
Yeah,
I sold it, but it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, that was mine. I played it so
Well, it
much.
would have been nice if you had told me that before I bought it off of you.
Yeah. I sold my whole collection.
You can determine that later.
That would be funny if you bought my collection. So I did sell it on eBay.
Oh wow. but yeah. So that is mine, Josh.
So you said it first, but this is my number one. Here Comes the Pain.
Okay.
I felt like it had the perfect, just all around balance of like gameplay, graphics, the story. I don't remember much of the story, but yeah.
So, I get it, okay? I'm the old man in the group. I get it. My favorite wrestling video game of all time is not a console video game.
Oh wow.
It is not a cell phone video game. It is an arcade machine video game
Okay.
from 1991.
Oh,
And
wow.
this is the one and only WWF WrestleFest.
Okay, I've heard about this.
So here are your playable characters. Big Boss Man, Ted DiBiase, Mr. Perfect, Demolition Crush, Demolition Smash, Road Warrior Animal, Road Warrior Hawk, Ultimate Warrior, Sergeant Slaughter, Jake the Snake, Earthquake, and much love, HH, Hulk Hogan. This game was an absolute coin eater. Do you know what a coin eater is?
Yeah, you're just constantly
Yes,
putting
constantly.
Yeah.
You know, I have to realize that my two associates in here are younger than I am. But,
I am the youngest.
yeah. But no, it is my favorite wrestling video game of all time, and I still would love to be able to get this on a console.
I agree. I've seen gameplay of it. It was very revolutionary for its time.
It was, because I mean, if you look at this and then you look at other wrestling games from 1991, they don't compare.
No, not at all. All right, so that's our Mount Rushmore for wrestling video games. Remember, WWE 2K25 will come out on March 14th. March 14th. So that is a little under a month from now. We're going to shift gears real quick to the main event.
It looks like all the talking has been done. It's time for the main event.
And welcome to the main event, where we go ahead and let you know what your upcoming week of professional wrestling is going to look like internationally, nationally, and, of course, locally. We don't have a whole lot on the main event this week. February 19th this week, running through Friday, February 28th, NJPW, New Japan, presents CMLL Fantastica Mania, an annual tour in Japan that will begin on Wednesday, February 19th. Sunday, February 23rd, British indie promotion, Progress Wrestling. Leave me alone.
Progress.
We'll hold Chapter 177, My Own Destiny, airing at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Progress's streaming platform. Demand Progress Plus. I just keep saying it.
Pierogies.
Don't
You listening to Progs? Is that how you say it?
And locally, we only have one show this upcoming week. It will be on Saturday, February 22nd. World Domination Wrestling Alliance will be in action for
Only the Strong Survive.
at the Bennington Volunteer Fire Department in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Bell time is $6:15 and tickets are $20. And that's going to do it for that segment, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we're going to wrap things up. Stay tuned.
Once again, here's Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to The Grill Out. I'm your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty. I'm joined here with Josh Cole. Bye-bye. And our reigning and defending Grill Out Predictions champion, Jason Lykens.
Josh, you have any idea how long I've been champ now this time?
I could tell you in like 4 seconds.
Okay, while you look, Jeff, keep talking.
And we only got about a minute left. We're going to wrap it up right here. While Josh does that, he'll give you a quick update. Go follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/The Grill Out. You can email us, thegrillout95@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Blue Sky at thegrillout.bsky.social. And since we did a Mount Rushmore of video games, go ahead and let us know what your Mount Rushmore of video games is.
Now, tell us if you've played any of these games and if you liked them.
Yes, exactly. And then we may talk about it on the air.
Yeah.
Have you found it yet? Yes. Yet, Josh?
Yep.
And that's all, folks.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're done.
No.
84 days.
84 days. What's the record?
You at
84.
90.
90.
Oh, you
Oh.
beat my last one. So
I
hey.
know.
Yeah.
So because
Well, when this airs, it'll be 85.
Oh, okay.
85 days.
Yeah.
85 days is how long Jason has been Grill Out Predictions champion.
Does that help?
It'll be all right. And that's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. And until next time, fellow wrestling fans, have a good one.
Goodbye. And good night. Back.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.